1 second. That sounded a lot better than how this season has gone. Does it make me... I don't know. Does it make me not a fan if I don't get mad about taking another fat-ass L? Does it? I don't know. I really don't. Another beatdown. Again. This is the first time I'm going to say... Usually I'm glad to play in a bowl game, but I don't know. I'd rather just not. This team is that awful. There's nothing I can say. There's nothing that anybody can say that's going to convince me otherwise. This team is a walking dumpster fire. There's no sugarcoating it. There's nothing I can say that'll make me feel any better. We're a dumpster fire. We are. We suck. We've sucked for 15 years, and it's looking like we're going to continue sucking. I don't even know where to start. I really don't. I really do wish that I went back in time and told myself after the loss to Georgia State and just told myself right then and there, listen, you're gonna have an 8-game winning streak from this point onward, but I would just stop now. I would just stop. I would opt out of Squidtard Sports. I can't do that to y'all though, so here we go again. Post-game review. Texas A&M beats the absolute crap out of the worst team in the Power 5, 31-13. So, another blowout loss. Congratulations to Texas A&M. Congratulations to their fans. I hope you guys make the playoffs. You'll again, I mentioned this in my hype and hate video, which I'm not even going to use anymore because it's trademarked. But I mentioned in that video that Texas A&M was probably just going to get blown out in the title game, which if they make the national title, if they make, either way, congratulations to the Aggies. Again, who knows if you'll make the national title. You guys will probably make the playoffs if Ohio State ends up losing. I don't know what the result of that game is. You guys have a very good shot to make the playoffs regardless. So, congrats to the Buckeyes or whatever. I don't even know. Did they win? Did they lose? Somebody tell me in the comment section. I haven't been paying attention to that game. They just scored a touchdown. So, okay. Moving on to Tennessee. Now that I've given my congrats to the Aggies. I don't know any fans of Texas A&M, but if you're there, I'm assuming you're probably giving me crow, which I'm used to by now. I'm the one giving crow, my bad. But you're probably laughing at me, so I'm used to it now. Congratulations to the A&M fans again. I'm at a loss for words at this point. Where do we even start? So, like I mentioned before, Tennessee, perennial dumpster fire right now, to say the least. We look awful. We've looked awful all season long. There's no sign of improvement. Zero discipline by the head coaches. Of course, Jeremy Pruitt. I don't even need to get into that right now, but it looks awful here at Tennessee. The offense is struggling to get a first down every single drive. We can't figure out what we're doing with the quarterback situation because every time I look, we're switching out the quarterbacks. For some reason, Harrison Bailey was doing so good today that Pruitt decided to bench him for J.T. Shrout. And J.T. Shrout, no. No. Listen, J.T. Shrout is a really good quarterback for shotgun throws, not screen passes. And Jim Chaney you're a dumbass. I'm sorry, you're a freaking dumbass. Again, with the damn screen passes on 3rd and long. It doesn't work. Stop doing it. In fairness, though, it's half on JT Shrout because literally Texas A&M expects that. They expect a shotgun throw every single freaking play long. That's all he's good at. And then Harrison Bailey has looked good all game long in the time that he's played. But of course, the only good player that we have, the only player that's looked perfect all freaking game long, let's make sure to get rid of him and get him in the bench. I don't get it. I don't really get it. He's not hesitant at all to put out Harrison Bailey, but he's left Jarrett freaking Garantano in for 7 weeks. He's had more pick sixes he had more passing touchdowns to the other team than he did to our own. And it took you 7 freaking weeks to bench him. But you bench Harrison Bailey immediately after 1 freaking bad play. Which, in fairness, that throw that he made that they called a fumble, it wasn't a fumble. That's like the refs blew 2 plays. They blew 2 of them. There was a missed pass interference in the 3rd quarter, and then of course earlier in the game that throw that Harrison Bailey made, which was a forward pass, which they called a fumble. They did it against Vandy too. Freaking piece of crap refs. Regardless, it's not their fault that Jerry Pruitt's a freaking idiot and decided, you know what? Looks like Harrison Bailey's not the right guy. All right, Shrout, get in there. Shrout, get in there. It doesn't matter if Harrison Bailey's perfect on passes. Get him out of there. Put in JT Shrout. And what does JT Shrout go out and do? Throw deep, because that's all he can do. So yeah, offense looks terrible. Defense sucking ass. I mean, sucking ass. The defense is awful. It looked terrible today. Blown coverages left and right. Texas A&M needs to change their fight song to the thing that Tennessee does. It's 3rd down. Really fooled them. What were they, like 20 of 21 on 3rd downs? I know that's an over-exaggeration, but I might as well say it. Every 3rd down they got it. Every freaking 3rd down. It's like Todd Grantham and Bo Pelini were sucking each other off and the freaking sidelines as our defensive coordinator. Shout out to Alontae Taylor for making an interception. I think the thing that pissed me off the most about this game was the fact that it wasn't necessarily a blowout all game long. It wasn't until the 4th quarter that the game was decided. We were in this game, for the most part. We were in this game. They left us around for a vast majority of the game. Kellen Mond was trying to give us the game. But we're Tennessee, and we're going to blow it any chance that we get. Thank you, Jeremy Blewett, for that. What's there to say? What's there to say? I mean, what do y'all want me to say? What do y'all want me to come out here and say? I mean, the things that I'm repeating right now, it's rinse and repeat every single week. This is nothing different. And I'm tired of wearing this mask because it keeps coming off. It won't be long. It won't be long until I do that reveal, but that comes later. That comes later. Not right now. Got a movie on the main channel coming out shortly. I'm going to have to work on that because obviously I don't need to work on this crap anymore. So, yeah. Tennessee sucks. Defense sucks. Offense sucks. Special teams is aight, but... Oh, yeah, aight. Field goals, aight. I wonder what Jeremy Pruitt's going to be saying in his press conference. We all know. We all know what's going to happen. So, Pruitt, it appears that your team is literal ass juice. But what do you have to say about that? Well, we had a good week of practice. That's great, but your team sucks. they got blown out again. What do you have to say about that? Well, we're looking forward to a good week of practice. Yes, we know practice, but what about the team right now? What do you have to say about the game? Well, it's going to favor us in practice, and we're going to go out and kick more field goals at practice, and we're going to be practice champions at life, practice champion. Yeah, forget life champions. We're practice champions, I was about to yell and scream for him to get out of Knoxville, but at this point, why even bother? Now, as regarding next year, where do I begin for next year? I guess it's unknown whether or not we're going to make a bowl game or not, just like it's unknown whether or not Jerry Pruitt's about to keep his job, because I thought it was for sure that Jerry Pruitt was going to keep his job going into the fourth season, but I'm not too sure right now. I'm really not. We could fire him, and then of course we'll bring in Hugh Freeze, and we'll probably be on 3 years worth of probation, and then we'll be even in an even more deeper, darker rabbit hole than we are right now. Like I said, Hugh Freeze couldn't win anything even while cheating. So what's the likelihood that he wins with cheating? But he's winning at Liberty, though. Winning at Liberty. I'm tired of this. I know I'm not the only Tennessee fan who's my age right now living through this perennial garbage dumpster fire on repeat every single week. I know I'm not the only one, but sure does feel like it, doesn't it? And I'm sick of this, man. I really am. What's there to say? I don't understand. I don't know if there's anything to say. I don't know if I really have any type of thing other to say than that. But regarding next year, Pruitt, you make it till next year. Here's what I'll say. You're out of excuses. I let 2019 go because of that 6-game winning streak that you had at the end of the season against a bunch of garbage-ass SEC teams. I let that go. It was a 6-game winning streak. Very unlikely we get that at Tennessee recently, so I took that and regards it. I let this season go barely because I don't really know why. Most of it's to blame on Jarrett Garantano, but then again, Pruitt's the one that kept him in all freaking season long, even though Harrison Bailey has proven already that he's a whole lot better than JG. You blew that Texas A&M game, Jeremy Pruitt. You blew it. There's no other way of me saying it. You blew that game. So, yeah. My final thoughts on this season. Next year's the year. And I don't mean next year's our year. I mean, we lose like this next year. We don't compete. If we don't compete next year, even with the likes of Alabama, Georgia, and Florida, we don't compete, I will. And I do mean this. All of my videos will be talking about getting you out of Knoxville. Alright? A lot of people want you gone. But, what can I say? A lot of the fan base wants you out of Knoxville already. I know you're desiring to make change, but the only change that you've made is a change that's gone up my ass. So, thank you for that. My final thoughts on this entire season. I don't even know if I'll even be able to... I don't even know if I'll cover the bowl game. I really don't. Why even bother, to be honest? It's just going to be another blowout, depending on who we play. So, without further ado, my final thoughts on the season. Pruitt, you better win next year. And when I mean you win a lot. Because if we have a season like this, even close to this load of shit that you call a college football season, if we have anything looking like this, a lot of Tennessee fans are not going to be happy. And I will be one of them. Don't you dare. And I mean this. Don't you dare lose badly next year to anybody. Alright? As you like to say, I'd go ahead and subscribe to Squidtard right now. And I don't mean this channel, I mean the main channel. Even if you're not into meme content or any of that weird Tardaria shit that you keep on talking about, I was just crapping all this, I would subscribe to that channel. It's about the only content you're going to get from me.